All right, let's get right into it. We're talking about how to tackle the artificial intelligence syllabus. Whether it's for a big competitive exam or just your university finals, that list of AI topics can feel like a massive mountain you have to climb. Well, today we're giving you the map and the compass to get to the top.
Does this look familiar? You open up the syllabus, maybe you even crack open a classic textbook like Rich and Knight, and your heart just sinks. You're thinking, how on earth can anyone cover all of this? Especially when you're short on time. It's a super common feeling, trust me. But the answer isn't just about finding more hours in the day.
And this right here is the key to everything. Success in these exams isn't just about grinding it out with hard work. It's all about having a strategy. It's about knowing exactly where to put your energy to get the biggest bang for your buck on your final score. That's the smart work we're going to break down right now.
So here's our game plan for today. First, we're going to define what this smart study problem actually is. Then, I'll walk you through the priority strategy, where we'll split the syllabus into 3-star, 2-star, and 1-star topics. And to finish, we're going to get inside the minds of the examiners themselves to give you a serious strategic edge.
Okay, first things first, let's really frame this challenge properly. Look, it's not just you. The AI syllabus is genuinely a beast to handle if you don't have a solid plan.
And this slide just perfectly lays out the dilemma every student faces, right? You got this massive syllabus, textbooks that can be really dense and hard to read, and you're always running against the clock. And let's be honest, the goal here isn't to become the world's leading AI researcher in a few months. It's to get the highest possible score on that exam. That requires a totally different mindset.
So, if the problem is a lack of focus, then the solution has to be a strategy that's all about focus. Let's dig into what that actually looks like.
This is the core idea. The priority strategy isn't some random guessing game. Nope, it's based on pure analysis. By systematically looking at all the questions from past exams, we can figure out the probability, the chances of a topic showing up again. And then we give it a priority level. It's that simple. What's so great about this is that it visualizes our entire strategy. We're literally sorting the whole syllabus into these 3 buckets. You've got your high probability, 3-star topics. These are absolutely non-negotiable. Then you have the medium probability, 2-star topics you hit next. And finally, the lower probability, 1-star topics that you cover, but you do it efficiently.
All right, let's start at the very top. These are the topics you absolutely positively have to know inside and out. These are your heavy hitters. I really can't stress this enough. These 3-star topics are the absolute foundation of your entire study plan. Questions on these things pop up so often that skipping them is like willingly throwing away free points on the exam, so don't do it.
And here they are. First up, the core AI approaches, especially heuristic search algorithms like A-star and AO-star. Then you've got game-playing algorithms like Minimax. And finally, fuzzy sets. You will almost certainly see questions on these, and they often follow similar patterns year after year. Mastering them gives you a massive return on your study time.
Okay, so once you've poured that solid 3-star foundation, it's time to build on it with the next most important group of concepts. Think of the 2-star topics as your main supporting pillars. After the 3-star foundation is set in stone, these are the ideas that are going to broaden your knowledge and lock in even more marks. They still have a really high chance of appearing, and mastering them is what can take your score from just good to great.
So this tier includes big areas like artificial neural networks, the fundamentals of machine learning, and multi-agent systems. But hey, pay close attention to that last one, predicate logic. This is a huge strategic win because it's a crossover topic. It shows up in both the AI section and the discrete math section of exams. I mean, studying it gives you double the value for your time.
So what about the rest of the syllabus? That's where the 1-star topics come in. Now, the key here isn't to ignore them, but to be super strategic and efficient in how you approach them. For these topics, we flip the script. We're going for breadth over depth. You do not need to get lost in the weeds here. The goal is just to understand the fundamental concepts and definitions so you can confidently answer any basic questions that might pop up. And this is how you do it smartly. For knowledge representation, just focus on reasoning methods. For planning, just know the 2 big ones, hierarchical and goal stack. And for NLP, all you need are the basics of syntactic and semantic analysis. This targeted approach is going to save you a ton of time. All right, now for a real pro-level tip. Let's add another layer to our strategy by trying to understand the psychology of the people who actually write the exam questions. This is such a cool insight. See, examiners treat topics differently depending on how long they've been on the syllabus. For old school, established topics like heuristic search, they expect you to know all the details and can ask really complex, tricky questions. But for newer topics like genetic algorithms, they usually start with basic, definitional questions. Knowing this lets you adjust how deep you study each topic. This quote just nails the whole idea, doesn't it? Going deep into a subject is amazing for your knowledge, and you should totally do it when you have the time. But when you're on a deadline for an exam, a targeted, strategic approach is absolutely essential. So let's put it all together. Here is your clear 4-step action plan. 1. Master all the 3-star topics first, no exceptions. 2. Move on to the 2-star concepts. 3. Cover just the key points of the 1-star topics. And 4. All along the way, use that examiner's mindset. Go deep on the old topics and stick to the fundamentals for the new ones. See, this isn't just theory. It's a practical roadmap you can start using today. That giant, intimidating AI syllabus is no longer some shapeless mountain. It's just a series of clear, prioritized steps. So the only question left is, which 3-star topic are you going to master first?